Hello. I want to share with you what I feel is a really important lesson we can all learn when it comes to specifically letting go of someone that we feel so deeply that they took advantage of us and used us. And here's the lesson. Ready to get deep? Because I'm all about shifting your life. And I know that this is all about our mindset, our emotional intelligence, and getting back in touch with our intuition, our Jiminy Cricket, our God Centaur, our inner compass. We have all the answers within us. And if you let yourself get past the anger, because anger is a substitute emotion for all the things you're actually feeling. And you got to be able to really recognize that. For me, I've had many, many, many experiences with people who I could say did that to me, but I broke it down. And I'm going to share with you years of therapy in hopefully a few minutes. So you don't have to spend 30 years going to psychologists and reading all the self-help books and all of the studying and all of the deep thinking and feeling. And let me help you fast forward that if you're willing to shift your life. Ooh, it gets deep here. We teach people how to treat us by what we allow, what we stop, and what we reinforce. Ready for this? It hurt. It hurts. Yeah, stay with me. Stay with me. Let's break it down. I had to dig to the root. You got to dig to the root. Dig to the root. How did that person, in any shape or form, gain the ability to take advantage? Could you have, and look at it, conditioned that behavior? And it comes all the way back when I dug and dug and dug. You got to dig. The very first encounters, typically everybody is doing people pleasing. I'm starting to call that the PP we all got to let go of. Because we want people to like us and we're trying to show our best self. Like, look how I can nurture and love you. And look, and doing it almost with I'm going to give you my all in expectation that you will give it back because you have loved and received it with such grace and ease because I give it so freely. So there was that. And then I realized when they tried to at first show any of that, my immediate reaction was me holding the ego of like, I'm the giver. And so I was like, they try and, let me pay for this or let me do this and I'm always like, no. Let's take care of you. Let's make it about you. And do you see what I just did? I had to dig deep, and that was like, oh, I did that. In that immediate moment, as they were trying to give, I did not receive. I had to do a lot of healing when it came to that, about being the receiver. It's one thing for us, there's that saying, this quote changed me too. Givers have to set limits because takers never do. And I took it one step further and thought, yeah, and givers also need to learn to receive because we put ourselves in such a position of feeling almost fulfilled unconsciously, like, well, that's my job. I'm a good person. I give because that's what I love to do. And that's okay. And I didn't want to change that about me, but I had to learn to make sure that it's always an equal energy exchange, meaning that I am in a position, you must get into a position where you can receive with as much grace and ease as you hope they will. And it becomes such a beautiful reciprocated event. And that's the beauty. And it's gotta be, now you gotta dig again. Ooh, where's that self-love? And right there, it's what did we allow? What did we stop? And what did we reinforce? And so then you can start to see real clearly, like, okay, I did that for many, many, many years. And then as you start to come into this self-awareness of, wait a minute, this doesn't feel good, this isn't right. And then you try to explain to them and express, but here's the thing, too late. I realize, right? If it was conditioned for so long, of course, the minute that you start to present a new way in which you want them to behave, act, do, you're asking them to change, because we never accepted who they were in the first place, and or we conditioned it. You created that. And that moment for me was the pinnacle turning point, the life shift in which I really started to heal. Now I had to get deep into my self-love, my self-worth, and heal that part of you that's going to feel angry at yourself now. And then you have to undo that and say, no, 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 no. Don't change that you're the most beautiful, loving, kind, understanding, compassionate, nurturing, loving soul. You don't ever want to change that about yourself, but you definitely want to change your boundaries and your ability to allow the right things, stop that which isn't, and reinforce every time when something feels good. That's how we teach people how to love us. But first, we got to know what loving us looks like. So do the work. Unpackage all of those things, like, what made me do that in the first place? And see where you most likely were taught to do that. Whatever kind of environment you grew up in, like, you were probably taught that you had to, like, do your best and that's the only way that you got love, attention, you felt seen, heard, validated, understood, or it was conditioned to you that was maybe like even the female role, right? That you're to be the one that does all of the providing and never expect anything in return or whatever, right? But the minute you can get to the root of whatever caused you to have that, even it's unconscious, because once you're conscious of it, it'll never happen again. And you will. Here's the beauty. You will, from that day forward, never allow another exchange like that. And the cool part is as you grow and you fill with that love and light within yourself, and you start to know, you see it from so far away. You can see the energy vampires, the life suckers, the ones that need a mommy, whatever, right? Like, and God bless them. I'm always sending love and light to all. But I do know now who and what energy exchange, who am I and teaching everyone from this point, and only attracting the right like-minded vibrations now, where it's beautiful to allow. There's nothing to stop, and it's always reinforced because it's what I'm attracting now, that I'm conscious. And so I hope that something that I've shared can help you shift your life and start to celebrate. If you're at that place where you've had to let go and you're dealing with the grief of that, forgive yourself, unpackage it, recognize, okay, from this point forward, I'm going to do better. And you will, and it'll get better, and you'll only attract beautiful, loving, equal energy exchanges. So, high five to changing your life. Much love. I'm so proud of you if you've learned to let go and heal. You got this. Follow me, subscribe. I'll help. Much love.